You know, sometimes in this country, stories come out that really make people stop and think. And this one about Nnamdi Kanu is one of those stories that just refuses to fade away. People have been talking everywhere, online, on the streets, even in government circles. Because it's not just about one man, it's about power, politics, and the future of the Southeast. Now, the gist going around is that the president himself wanted to release Nnamdi Kanu. But according to what some people are saying, especially this claim linked to Joachim Ezeji, it's the Igbo governors who are allegedly blocking that move. The question everybody is now asking is, why would the governors refuse something that many people in the Southeast have been crying and praying for? Before we even start breaking it down, please, make sure you like this video and subscribe right now. I really appreciate your support. That's how we keep bringing you verified gist like this one. Now let's talk real. Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB, has been in detention for years now. His case is one of the most talked about in Nigeria's political history. When he was first arrested, a lot of people saw him as a symbol. Some say a freedom fighter. Others say he was a threat to national unity. Either way, he became the face of agitation in the Southeast. Since that time, the issue of whether to release him or not has been in and out of court, government offices, and public opinion. The man has been to court so many times that Nigerians can almost recite the case dates by heart. And each time there's a rumor that he might be released, tension rises in the Southeast. Security tightens up and social media goes on fire. Now, this latest gist that the president wanted to release him, but that the Igbo governors refused, that's a serious one. Because it's trying to suggest that the problem may not even be from the top, but from within. If that's true, it changes everything. But before we accept it as fact, we have to understand the politics behind it. Remember, politics in Nigeria is never straight. There's always something deeper going on under the surface. If indeed the president wanted to release Kanu, it would be seen by many as a big peace move, a way to calm things down in the Southeast and build political unity. But if the governors really opposed it, that could mean one of two things. Either they fear the backlash of such a move, or they think releasing Kanu now could cause more problems than it solves. But again, that's just the surface. Let's go deeper. Some of these governors have to balance between pleasing the federal government and keeping peace at home. They know that Kanu's name carries power among the people. So, imagine releasing him. That could boost his influence again and maybe make him politically untouchable. That's something many politicians fear. But on the other hand, the people, especially many from the Southeast, are tired. They just want peace. They say, let him go, let's move on, let's rebuild. Because for years, this whole issue has brought economic hardship, insecurity, site-at-home orders, and a lot of tension. Shops closed, schools disrupted, and young people frustrated. By the way, if you're still watching and following this gist, please click the like button right now and subscribe. It helps us keep telling these kinds of deep, real-time stories in a calm and clear way. Now, let's not forget the president's side in this whole thing. The rumor that he wanted to release Kanu is not entirely shocking. Every administration tries to find a way to cool down national tension. Maybe the president wanted to make a reconciliation gesture, especially as people keep saying, give the Southeast a chance. But there's something we must understand. Releasing someone like Kanu is not as simple as just signing a paper. It's tied to law, national security, and politics. There are legal processes that have to be respected. The court has to agree. The security agencies have to feel safe with the decision. And of course, political allies have to be on board. So even if the president wanted it, he would need the support of the region's leaders, the same governors who understand the ground situation. If they say no or they show hesitation, it becomes difficult. And this is where things get interesting.
Because if it's true that they are refusing, it could mean that the political elite in the southeast are not united on what to do about Kanu. Some may secretly want him to remain detained because it keeps certain movements quiet, while others genuinely want him free because they believe that's the key to peace. But for the ordinary people, it's more emotional. They see him as one of their own, and every day he stays in custody, it feels like a reminder that the system doesn't favor them. That's why protests keep happening, even though the government keeps warning people to stay calm and follow due process. Let me say this clearly. This whole Kanu issue has become bigger than any one man. It's now a mirror reflecting Nigeria's deeper issues: justice, equality, trust in government, and the feeling of inclusion. And you see, this is why every small statement about his possible release shakes the country. People want closure. They want to see a peaceful resolution. Now, you might be asking, what would happen if Kanu is finally released? Well, that's the million naira question. If he comes out and calls for peace, it could calm things down drastically. But if he comes out angry or defiant, the whole thing could spark again. That's the risk every political leader is weighing right now.
This is why even the talk of governors refusing has to be treated carefully. It could create more division if people start pointing fingers without clear evidence. Because once the masses believe their own governors are working against them, it could fuel even more resentment. Please, if you're still watching, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. It really helps us keep bringing balanced gist like this. Now let's touch on another angle, the economic side. The sit-at-home orders, the security crisis, the protests, they've all affected the Southeast's economy. Businesses have suffered, transport has dropped, and investors are scared to come in. That's why many say, if releasing Kanu will bring peace, then let it happen. They believe peace will open the door to development. But at the same time,
some argue that releasing him without a solid peace framework might just bring short-term joy, but long-term confusion. Because if his followers still feel marginalized, agitation might rise again. So the real solution is not just about a release, it's about dialogue, unity, and truth. The government, the governors, the traditional rulers, and community leaders need to sit down and agree on one voice for peace. Because this divide, both within the Southeast and between the region and the federal level, is what keeps holding things back. And you see, this gist is not just about who's right or wrong. It's about leadership and responsibility. If the president truly wanted to make peace, it should be a coordinated effort, not something blocked by local politics. If the governors really did refuse, they owe their people an explanation. And if they didn't, they should publicly clarify, because rumors like this can destroy trust. The lesson here is simple. The country needs unity. This constant us versus them story between the regions and the center helps nobody. Nigerians are tired of politics of blame. They want progress. If you agree with me on that, make sure you like this video right now and subscribe for more clear, professional analysis like this one. Now, should I continue the gist? Because from here, I can go even deeper into how this tension affects upcoming elections, the Southeast's political bargaining power, and how Kanu's case could shape the next political wave in Nigeria.